Hello, how are you all? First off, I want to thank you all for wanting to be a part of our Kids Bash this year. My name is Joshua Banks. I am the owner of Flex for Change, and we put together our Kids Bash and a ton of other events throughout the year. So I appreciate you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to dedicate to our kids this year. So I truly appreciate it. We're going to get into some information on your specific job description that you will be signing up for this year. It's imperative that whatever job you're put in charge of, that you stay on top of it. We want to provide a safe and fun place for our kids and our parents to interact at, so that they can come again next year and just make it a memorable experience. So it's really up to our volunteers, it's up to our staff to make sure that they have that experience, and that's what we ultimately want to provide. So, like I said, I want to thank you all. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to make this event happen, and it wouldn't be possible. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the introduction, give you some information on what we expect out of our volunteers. And then after that, I'm going to go through the specific roles and description of whatever job that you signed up for, and then we should be good. So, as you're watching this, I'm gonna stay on point. I'm gonna be looking down and up, just kind of staying on task with the printout that you will be given for your job description, and I'll go through it and I'll give you more information of things that I feel like you need to know. All right. So volunteer orientation, things that we're going to cover throughout this quick video. So our mission, what we expect, what we want, a volunteer position description, and the breaks that you'll receive throughout the day. Okay. What is our mission? Flex for Change is an organization driven by making legitimate changes in the Hampton Roads Tidewater area through creative and engaging community events designed to teach, inspire, and encourage our youth, and to promote charity and nonprofit organizations that support the 757 and abroad. So, to condense that, pretty much all we do as an organization, we try to meet the needs of what's going on in Hampton Roads. So, our Kids Bash that you all will be working at, we're promoting health and wellness for our kids. We also do an event for autism, for homeless, canned food drive, and tons of other areas. And we just kind of find out, what we want to focus on, what needs more involvement, or whatever the case may be. And we try to really zero in on that and see how we can be of help, be of service. So the Kids Bash is our biggest event, as for the past 2 years, we've become the nation's largest kids fitness event, and that's our claim to fame, and we want to continue to grow it, not just grow it to the Hampton Roads. Next year we're looking to take it out and have this event in the DMV area, whether DC or Maryland. Also maybe making it to where for the first time ever we'll have it a second day this year. So it's a lot of possibilities, but it's all dependent upon this year, how successful this year is going, so we can continue to grow and expand. All right. Volunteer expectations. Uphold standards and behave appropriately as you are a representation of our company. Sometimes I feel like it goes without saying, but everyone should know, anytime you put on Kids Bash, anytime you put on Flex for Change, you are the representation of the company. Someone can get online and say, well, Flex for Change is horrible because it's in that. So please be mindful. We are a family-friendly organization. Always be on the best behavior. Be patient. And just put your best foot forward. You know what I mean? So I would greatly appreciate that. Staying professional at all times, because you're a reflection of us, and we really want to find the best volunteers. And we hope by you watching this video, you truly can care about your community and truly care about representing us in a positive light. So dress appropriately for your assigned areas and tasks. Clothes must be neat, clean, and appropriate for the event. So you probably want to wear some sneakers. You're going to be walking quite a bit, possibly, depending on the position. But I just think it makes sense to wear sneakers so your feet's not hurting, because it's going to be a long day. Jeans are fine. Shorts are fine. I'm recommending blue jeans so everybody can kind of look somewhat congruent. But you can also wear jean shorts and things of that nature as well. We're asking that you wear a white undershirt or just a plain undershirt, so that after the event, when we collect after the event, we will collect the volunteer shirts back from you also. We can recycle, wash, and use them for our other events throughout the year. So make sure you bring a backup shirt so that before you leave, we can get those volunteer shirts back from you. It says clothes must be neat, clean, and appropriate to the event. Just make sure you look presentable. Okay. Commit to your provided schedule and arrive on time to your volunteer assignment. It's imperative that you arrive on time. This event is solely dependent on how well our volunteers are in position and how well they execute. If we're missing a person at our registration table, everything goes awry. Everything's off. So it's important to get there at 10:30 a.m. sharp. We'll have another review, make sure everyone's prepared. We should have a lot of people in the building, a lot of kids, a lot of parents. So we want to make sure everyone is informed about the position, knows the position front and back, and feel knowledgeable. So in order to do that, you got to get there early. Let's see. Review your assignment description and the position requirements. Make sure Miss Melissa, she is the volunteer director. She's going to send you a pamphlet, a printout of your position. And that's actually what I'm looking at now. So you'll be able to follow this as we go along. And I'm probably going to be on the top of your screen somewhere. But you're going to be following this as I'm going over it. And after I give you my personal things that for your job, if you feel like there's anything missing or there's not clarity on certain things, please reach out to us. Please message us because we want you to feel as comfortable as possible going into the event day. Report any incident involving injury to your position supervisor or to your volunteer coordinator. Like I said earlier, we want to provide a safe and fun place for the kids and parents to play. So we're going to have a lot of different activities. We're going to have a lot of bounce houses, things where people are moving. So we want to make sure that it's a safe environment. So we want to make sure if we see something hazardous, we move it out the way. We let someone know. Also, if you see someone injured, go to someone immediately because we will have a nurse on standby at the event. So we want to make sure that they're seen as soon as possible. So, all right. So what we want from the event, we want to provide fun for the kids. That's our first and foremost. We want to make sure they have a great time. In order to make sure they have a great time, everyone has to stay in their selected areas and make sure they're doing their job to the best of their abilities. So we want to have fun for the kids. We want to have a big impact. Being the nation's largest kids fitness event, you don't see anything like that too often come around. So we want to understand our impact and really seize the moment and really make this something that Virginia as a whole can be proud of and can stand behind. Fun volunteer environment. We want to make it fun for you all. You know, we understand that you're taking your time out of your day when you could be doing a ton of other things. You could be going to the pool, whatever the case may be. So we want to make it a fun environment for you so that you want to come back and volunteer with us. So we'll make sure you're going to get adequate breaks. We have it to where it's set up with our food vendors that they know who the volunteers are, and they're going to be giving you discounts as soon as you come. I don't know exactly how each one's going to give how much each one's going to give a discount, but they're going to give you food discount. Also, we'll have it to where pretty much everybody will at least get an hour break. So not only will you get to work the event, you get a chance to enjoy the event as well, interact with the people, maybe get on a few games yourself, get some great food, and then get back to assisting where needed. All right, so now we're going to go right into the job descriptions. All right, so we're going to get right into it. Team captains for this year. So this year with our team captains, we're going to be doing it a little different, actually a lot different from what we've done the previous years. Each year we learn. Each year we want to get better and better. I know we have captains that have been with us for some 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. And there's been some problematic areas I've seen over the years, and I want to try this year to fix that to make sure the kids are having as much fun as possible, and we're creating a safe place as well. So let's go through the process of how it's going to look for you that day. So everyone's going to get there at 10:30. I'm going to be responsible for all the team captains this year. This is the first year that I will not be a team captain, which is heartbreaking. But I just want to make sure everything's been executed properly. There was some balls dropped last year, and I want to see how we can do to make it better so it's a better experience for the kids altogether. So all the team captains, 10:30, will come together. We'll go over anything that we need to touch up. We can also, after, if everybody's on the same page, everybody knows what needs to be done, just see what areas in the event where you can help as we start getting ready for the event, whether it's setting up or whatever. But for the most part, you can chill, relax. If everything seems like it's under control, we'll have our food vendors there. You can start checking them out, things of that nature. The thing is, when we actually get up and going, everybody knows has been a team captain, we really don't have time for breaks or to take any breaks. So before the event, as much as possible, before you start getting assigned your teams, go ahead and take the opportunity to get us something to eat, get some water, stay hydrated, so on and so forth. Because when the games or when the event actually starts, it's 4 hours straight, just consecutive. So make sure you take care of yourself before the event as best as possible. All right. So so the event starts at 2. What we would like, I think in prior years we had our kids going over to the captains and they stay with the captain the entire time. We're going to be doing it slightly different this year. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that you know who's on your team. You're going to start a list, make a list out of all the names of the kids that's going to be on your team. As they come over to you, we're going to make sure that all the teams are even this year to make it as fair as we can. Okay, so after you know the kids on your team, what we're going to allow those that get there early, we want these kids that participate in the Color Wars to have the same ability as our toddlers to go around and get their face painted, probably get some quick food from the vendors, enjoy some of the bounce houses, so on and so forth. So we're going to allow them that opportunity to do that this year as opposed to years before when as soon as they get signed up, they would go and sit with the captain. So that's fine. So if you have kids that are staying with you, if you have kids that are still with their parents up until the time, what we're going to do right around 1:45, right? 1:45. We'll have our host announce, hey, it's time for the team captains to start getting their teams together, and we're going to start heading over to the other side of the field house. So 15 minutes in, you'll get your team. You're always going to do a head count, making sure you have whatever amount you start with. You want to end with that count, or you're aware that a child has left and has made it to their parent. Okay, so 1:45, you get your team together. Now we're starting to make our way around 1:55 over to the field, right? So the itinerary for the day, for the most part, what we'll do, we'll make our way over to the field. We're going to have our opening announcements. We're going to have our singing of the national anthem, quick performance of the Kids Bash song. One of our team captains, Tanisha, she will be leading a Zumba warm-up. So the kids are going to be in single file lines, trying to make them as organized as possible so that they have the room and the space to be able to do the Zumba warm-up dance and not be bumping into everybody else. As best as you can, when you're with your kids, you want to tell them, hey, get them charged up, but give them a purpose. Get them charged up with a purpose. Let them know, hey, I'm looking for the best listener. I'm looking for the best team player. I'm looking because at the end of the day, that's the person I'm going to choose to give the MVP trophy to. So if you lead with that, and if you let them know, hey, I'm looking for the best of the best, not just the most athletic, but the person who's going to listen, the person who's paying attention and doing all these things, so that everyone on the team can strive to be that person, to hopefully make for an easier day for you. And that's what we want. We want the kids to listen. We want to make sure they're all on the same page and not going astray at all times. So give them that structure. Each team has a male and female captain. If there's a younger girl that needs assistant, let your female counterpart do it, male, whatever case may be. We want to be aware of that as well. All right, so we made it through the award ceremony. No, I'm sorry, not award ceremony. The warm-up, the opening ceremonies, the warm-up for Zumba. After that, we're going to separate. The East Coast side is going to be 10 teams. 10 teams on the East Coast, 10 teams on the West Coast side. We're going to be playing each other the entire time. The field is going to be separated in four quarters. So one game is going to be going on one field, second game, so on so forth. There's always going to be two teams on a bye, right? So anytime these teams are on a bye, that's your team's opportunity to make a restroom run, making sure while you're waiting, you're keeping your kids hydrated. Okay, so during that time, you want to utilize that time to be able to do so. Each game, each round is 15 minutes. Something that we haven't done in the past is make sure. A lot of times when I see games going, they have everybody on the floor, everybody running. Depending how many kids we have signed up this year, if we have a team, some people had 20 people and they had 20 people out playing football. That's when if you're the quarterback, there's only one person you can throw it to. So let's try to limit how many people we have on the floor. So I want to break it down this year is we have kids that are older, we have kids that are younger. You and the other team captain, y'all decide who y'all want to play first. You have an A squad and a B squad on your team. You pick maybe the younger crowd as your A squad. You send them out so it's a little bit the same level of competition. Parents don't feel like concerned when they see their 16-year-old son going against their 7-year-old daughter. So try to make even the odds like that. And then 7.5 minutes in, the other side comes in, or whatever the case may be. However you want to break it down to where it's even. I think breaking it down in halves is the best because what I've come to learn being a team captain, kids get gassed quick, especially the kids that aren't active. So we want to give them time to go out and give it everything they got and then take a breather. And then also, while they're taking a breather, we're going to try to have water stations around in between the two fields. Okay, we're gonna have water stations on the bench, also water station in between the two fields. So as they play, if they do need some water, they don't have to go too far for it. It should be somewhere close. So that's what we would like to do. So in between. So after the 15 minutes, we're gonna listen up to see where your team color is gonna be going next and who they're gonna be playing next. So we make a smooth transition. That's important, the smooth transitions, because we're on a limited time schedule. So we want to make sure we're staying on time and as efficient as possible. So everyone's gonna go through. And play at least one of the games and probably take one bye in those games that we play. So after we do that, we're going to do our relay race. So the relay race is going to help determine the rankings of the East Coast or the West Coast. So now you won a bunch of games or lost a bunch of games. Now we're going to do the relay race, and it's going to be time, and it's going to help us, okay, whoever has the best time with the best score from that, and then we're going to be able to judge, okay, the rankings on where everything sits. After the relay race, we're going to go into our tug of war, and that's kind of like the final call to see, okay, who's the best of the best on the West Coast or the East Coast. So after the tug of war, what we're going to do then, we're going to bring all the teams together on one floor. Whoever was the champion on the East Coast side, whoever was the champion on the West Coast side, they're going to meet to see who's the champion of all for Kids Bash this year. So how we want to do, years prior, we gave out awards for first through 12th or 20th place. We're not going to do that this year. What we'll do, we'll just have, we won't say the, after, we'll say the champion of Kids Bash will give out maybe the first or second and third place on east side, the east-west side. And then after that, we'll just call captains up. We won't say what ranking you are. Just call captains up, and then they'll pass out their MVPs that they want to choose. So kids feel horrible when they find out they're 20th place, and we don't want to do that ideally. And it takes just so much time. So that'll be the way that we do it this year. But our primary goal is we don't want captains in the games as much as they've been involved in the years past. Sometimes when you get so stuck into the game, you lose focus and you you get so caught up and you might hurt a kid, or you just not paying attention to the fact that maybe some kids not getting enough action, so on and so forth. So the mindset of our team captains this year is to be more so coaches, coaching your team, keeping your kids hyped, maybe jumping in the game here and there, not too aggressively, but enough to let them know that you're having fun with them. But that will be the morale this year. We want to make sure everything's staying organized on top, making sure everyone's getting equal playing time, and everyone's having fun. That's the overall goal this year. We're going to the morning of, we'll go through whoever didn't make it to training day. We'll go over all the games, all the rules of the games, how everything's going to go, because it's important that everyone knows top to bottom how things are going to flow to help the kids know, okay, this is what we're going to do, and we're all on the same page. So that's it. That's all we have here. I just ask all of you, all the team captains, it's very important that you promote. This is huge for us. This is our biggest year. We're trying to make it our biggest year, but we won't be able to make it happen without your support and your help. Everyone so far in the team captain group, I'm so proud and so honored to have every last person that's there. Everyone's been pushing, but I'm just asking if we can please do this last push and give it everything you got. It'll mean so much to me. It'll mean so much to the team. We've put so much work, so much effort behind this, and the goal is to get as many kids in Virginia, just not Virginia Beach, just not Norfolk, just not Chesapeake. We want people to travel from across the water. We want people to come out of the state. So in order to make that happen, we need support from all of you all. Continue posting, continue sharing, inviting everyone you know. All of the team captains, if you bring family members, you get a 35% discount by putting in the code KB Volunteer. Take advantage of it. We want y'all to have a great time. You will have a great time being out there with the kids. If there's anything I know being a team captain, that is for sure. When you get out there, it's going to be screaming, fun, excitement, something that you've never experienced. Those who have been there have experienced it, but if you're for a first-time team captain, it's something that you're going to want to come back and do every year. So once again, thank you. Continue to push. We're hoping for a historical day for the city of Virginia. Thank you. All right.